Hello, welcome to the podcast. I am your host, Dylan, and with me today is Matt. How are you doing today, Matt?
I am doing good, Dylan. How are you doing today?
Are you excited to be recording again?
I am. I checked the date. Last date we did this was the 14th of March.
Yeah, so it's been over a month. So we're on pace for once a month, basically now.
Yeah, that seems like a good fit.
I think so. It's a lot, and it gives us more to talk about.
Yeah, and it gives us time to talk, in general without being on a podcast.
That's true, because otherwise we just don't. That's the only time we ever talk.
Correct. We text each other and be like, save it for the podcast.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so yeah, it's good talk, man. It's good. It's good to hear from you. We did hang out actually. Last time we hung out, you came over and played Demon Souls a couple weekends ago, and it was fun. We beat it.
We did.
It was great.
Yeah, we thought about recording that weekend, but we just didn't feel like it.
We didn't have a lot of time. We wanted to play Demon Souls,
Pretty much, yeah.
And I have not touched Elden Ring afterward, by the way.
Oh, no?
No, actually, okay, so Dark Souls 2 was like rough. It was hard. It was brutal.
I guess.
And it kind of, I was like, I don't even know if I could do this. I started Elden Ring. I got murdered 2 times in a row. And I was just like, oh, this is too hard. I'm giving up for a little bit.
I got you.
Someday.
Actually, on my end, I actually played Dark Souls 2.
Oh, no way.
I went back and played Dark Souls 2. I have not beat it, of course. I'm not very far. I just defeated, my 5th boss or so.
Okay.
It's brutal, and I don't like it.
It is brutal.
The fact that I just defeated the rat conglomerate.
No way. Okay, yeah. The Rat King.
Yeah, that's like a bunch of rats that you have to run around and kill.
He's in the well.
The main one is there. Yeah, I got the cat ring, jumped down the well. It's just, I don't know. I don't like it.
There's
Compared to
problems
Dark Souls 3, it's not as good of a game. Of course, people would argue the other way around. But the fact that I have to level into, I got my adaptability. And okay, so for listeners, you level up, you get stats, you put them into certain things. One stat gives you the ability to roll and be able to dodge more frequently. Basically, just like you won't get hit by stupid shit.
Yes.
And I got that to level 30, man. And it's finally like feeling like I can roll and it's not going to punish me for doing so. And I hate it because now I'm like at 9 endurance, 9 vitality. I have no health. I have no attack. I do 0 damage, but at least I can dodge. So that's where I'm at.
Wow, that's impressive. I remember I think I maxed mine out at like 20. I'd have to load up my save and check. I think I kept it at like 20 or 25. But I don't know. But vitality, man, health, man, that's where it's at. Did you go on the pirate ship and fight those guys yet?
Yes, I beat the pirate ship, yeah.
That guy was hard from what I remember.
It wasn't too bad. I think I one-shot him.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, well you're good at these games by now.
Yeah, I have. I have played now Demon Souls, Dark Souls 3, and then this is my second. I'm going to go to whenever Dark Souls Remastered goes on sale, I'll get that, and then I'll go to Bloodborne.
Yeah,
and cap it off with Elden Ring. Because I got Elden Ring. I borrowed it from my brother-in-law, so that's.
Oh no way! You haven't touched it?
No, I haven't. I still got to beat Horizon on my PS5.
You got Horizon? You got the Steam Deck?
Yes,
man,
sir.
You're gonna be gaming all summer, dude. You're gonna.
Yeah, I know. Reading's gonna take a hit.
That's okay. I think you read a lot, and you can probably just slow it down a little bit. But you read at lunch. At work.
I do.
So you'll still get through books. I still have not finished my book, by the way.
Book 3 of the First Law trilogy?
Book 3 of the First Law trilogy.
What's the last argument?
And it's great. I absolutely love it. When I read it, I can't put it down. I was up to 1 o'clock one night reading it. But I have playing so many video games that I just keep. And I get tired. When I go to bed, I go upstairs, go to my room, and then I put on some TV, and then I fall asleep instantly.
No, I gotcha. That's
damn,
tough.
Okay, I know. I did read a lot today though, so I'm gonna get through it. The next 4 days is my goal.
There you go. Yeah, I am I think I just hit the 50% mark in Oathbringer.
Okay, so how you liking it?
650 pages in or so. I love it so far. I think it's really good, on par with Words of Radiance. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
I'm loving.
I wonder what you liked about it.
I mean, so
you're probably further than me at this point in that book.
Wait, did you not finish Oathbringer?
No, I only read half of it, and I kind of got bored.
Okay.
And then I heard the 4th book wasn't that good, so I'm like, I don't know if I should finish it.
I gotcha. No, I just got to the part where what is it? They're uh, Adolin, Kaladin, Shallan, and then Elhokar are infiltrating Elhokar's home city and trying to get in and get to Elhokar's wife, the queen. But there's like some kind of bad spren that's taken over,
Oh
and
shit! I
Shallan
didn't get
like
that
tried
far.
to. Oh no!
I don't think
Oh
so.
wow!
No.
You stopped.
I probably.
You stopped pretty early. Interesting.
Yeah, I guess
I was
so.
curious. I
Thought it was
keep
halfway.
reading, and I keep thinking to myself, I'm like, I wonder when like Dylan
Yeah.
didn't like this because I'm loving it so far.
It was just a lot of Dalinar trying to recruit people.
I love Dalinar though. I think Dalinar is
Ugh.
such a great character.
Yeah,
Just
see, I don't
like
really
with
care
his-
for most of the characters.
With his past is so brutal, and we're finally like finding out about his wife and shit, and I love it. I love it. I love him. I love Adolin. I'm a big fan of Elhokar. Don't really care for the king. Renarin, his Dalinar's second son. I really
cool.
want to see. He's really cool too. And then I just want to. Who was the guy?
It's a really good
yeah,
series. It is.
It's great. It's great. I love it. I love it so far, and I'm excited. I gotta buy the next book too. That's on my Amazon cart. I just gotta hit buy.
Yeah, I remember it coming out, and I was gonna buy it. Like Brandon Sanderson signed them. You know, if you pre-order it and get those,
Yeah.
and you get like a discount. And I almost did, and then I never picked the book up again. So whatever. I don't care. Maybe someday I'll pick it up again.
Plenty of books out there. Plenty of other books out there.
There's a lot. And as long as I'm enjoying myself when I'm reading, and I haven't.
Honestly, if you know when to stop reading a book when you're not enjoying it, that's great.
Yeah,
I haven't hit a book that I've done that yet. I mean, Dune was close. I probably should have never finished Dune, but I fucking was. I was very adamant about not finishing or about finishing that book, just to say that I did.
You were, and I hope you're happy now.
I am. I'm very happy.
Like Sekiro, you got to finish that now too.
Yeah, I've been meaning to try to get my see if my capture card works with my PlayStation 5. Because I just don't want to buy that game again. I don't want to give that company any more money than they deserve.
I know. They deserve a lot of money, though.
Yeah, but not for Sekiro, the garbage game.
Oh, God. It's so good. Game of the year. I bought a lot of their games twice, I think. Actually, no. Just Dark Souls 2, I think. That's the only game I bought twice. And by the way, I think about it why it's my favorite. Because it is my favorite. I think
Dark
it's just
Souls 2?
because it's so different. Like, the environments.
Yuck.
There's a lot to do. There's a lot of hidden secrets and rooms. And there's a lot of areas. And they're all very... And it tells a story in my brain. Like, as far as my imagination goes, you know how the games are like environmental storytelling? Like, for me, it tells like a really interesting and cool story. You know, I don't necessarily think the gameplay, you know, and the action or the bosses or anything in particular are like amazing, but this is why I like it, and that's why it holds a special place in my heart. Yeah. It is brutal, though. I will say that.
It is the tough. It's just it's not like it's tougher. Like it's just they change so much from like 1 and 3. Like where the attacks are slower, your roll doesn't work pretty much if you pick the wrong class, and then just like it feels like in this game, and I think you mentioned it when we started playing it. Like there are so many points where you run up to one enemy and like 5 more appear out of nowhere behind you.
Yeah,
it feels like the developers at this point were like, let's just really make this game stupidly hard and stupidly difficult by like making these cheap ass ganks.
I think because people played 1 and everyone liked it.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, if you're gonna play that one and then go into the second one, I think they're like, we need to up this. We need to make it more brutal. What do people like about the first one? How difficult it was? You know, let's go harder into that.
I think you're right. But I think that's the wrong way to approach it.
Yeah, it might have been to their detriment.
Yeah.
But I think that's the thought process. Have you fought the 3 Sentinels yet? The boss?
Is that the one where is that with the 3? Are they like 3 tall guys?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I got those guys.
You beat them? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
They weren't. I mean, like that was a weird. Okay. Also, this game and the freaking like bosses with like there's more than one of them. That's I hate that. I hate it.
Yeah.
It's just,
I will say
there's no point in which that is fair for the person.
No,
who is who you're playing the game, because you have to like pay attention to like 3 other people at that point. Luckily with that boss, you like fall up on a ledge and one of them is on that ledge already and you can like kill him in time before the next one comes up. But then I realized, I was like, oh, maybe they just come up at once, and the third one jumped up there too. So I jumped off the cliff, did a bunch of damage to my health because fall damage in this game is stupid too. and then
It
just
is.
kited them around and luckily got them.
Yeah, that's how I did it. I remember the first time I played it though, I thought they were impossible. I'm like, this boss is impossible, and I had to call summon a friend in to help me.
Yeah.
And I think that's the point of this game as well. They were like, well, let's make the bosses, let's make multiple of them, so encourage people to summon people. So they had like a lot of things I honestly didn't like about the game, but still very fun, very good game. But yeah, we can. I'm sure the listeners are very not interested in Dark Souls 2.
Who cares?
Yeah, screw you, listeners. I don't care.
Just skip it.
But
we're done talking about it, so you can't skip it anymore. But
I do want to mention though, since we're on video games, I did beat Triangle Strategy for the Nintendo Switch.
Now, what is that game?
It's a isometric, turn-based, tactical RPG where you follow and you make decisions too. So you're not only fighting enemies, but they also give you decisions. But the problem with the decision is like one time they asked me like, all right, you can infiltrate, you can go in the secret passage and fight these people from behind, like in their castle. You could do this other thing, or you can flood the city and kill everybody, but it'll make it easier to attack. I'm like, well, I don't want to flood the city. Like, if there's a way around that, okay, I'll go into the secret passage. It might be tougher, but I'll do it. But like, they wouldn't let me. Like, I tried. You have to like convince your teammates to vote for it.
Oh, really?
So like, I tried to convince everybody. Nobody voted for it. They all said flood the city. I'm like, okay. So I deleted my I loaded it back up. Tried it 2 more times, and I never could get them to do anything but flood the city. So I had to flood the city.
Man,
and I'm like, what's the point of making a decision if I can't even do what I want to do? You know?
That's interesting. So, like, did you have to do something before that decision in order to influence them on that? Like, get them more on your side to, like, agree with you?
Exactly. You're in a room, and everyone gets to vote, and there's, like, 7 people or whatever, and you get to talk to them, and they kind of tell you a little bit what they're thinking, and you get to try to kind of convince them based on knowledge you found previously, because you can walk around and talk to people and find other things and secrets and stuff. And yeah, you can try to persuade them, but some guys won't be persuaded. And I don't know. Like most of the time it works out, but that one time really irked me. And I don't know. I think there's like a hidden system. Maybe I didn't become friends with these people enough to help them, like turn to my side when the time comes. But I don't know. But either way, it was kind of frustrating. But still a very good game. Just quite a little bit short of being amazing, but it's a good game. Not great, but good. And now I'm playing Shin Megami Tensei 5, which I've been playing it all day. I played it for about 4 hours today, and I think it's one of the best games I've played in a long, maybe the best JRPG I've played. I'm trying to think, like in recent years, like better than Bravely Default, better than a lot of those other games. And I'm surprised. I don't know why I put it down. I think I was just kind of overwhelmed. But man, it tests your mettle, man. It's like a Pokemon collect. So it's like a game where you collect demons, and like you start off with like you can collect 6 demons, kind of like Pokemon, and you use them in battle, and they have different abilities. They have like electric attacks, fire, ice, and there's weaknesses. It's just like Persona 5, the combat system. But the fact that when you're in battle and you're fighting a boss, you can exchange, like you can like take a party member and switch it with another one, right? And you can use in your so you got like a whole 12. I have like 14 demons on my side now that I've crafted. I've fused together. I got all their moves like specifically how I want them. Some have heals, some have like debuffs, some have just straight a bunch of high level attack abilities. And I'm bringing everything out to fight these bosses because they are not easy. And they're taking my guys out. I'm bringing new guys in, and I'm like, oh, what can I? I'll bring this guy in. He's gonna cast this spell twice, and then he's gonna die probably. He's gonna take one for the team, but then I'll bring this other guy in, and like I'm using my entire team that I've spent hours on, like all day today, 4 hours. I've been building this squad, and I get to finally test my mettle against an extremely hard boss, and it's so satisfying and so fun, and I'm just constantly collecting more demons and fusing them together. And because when you fuse 2 demons, you get both of their abilities.
Yeah.
So one guy's electric, one guy's ice. You fuse them together, and this new demon will have both ability if you want. He can have both his abilities, and he can have healer, whatever you want. So you can really customize it. But then you're finding new demons with new abilities and stronger abilities, and like you're leveling them up, and like it's just so addicting. And the whole world, the difference between Persona 5 and this Persona 5 is more like you're walking around talking to people and like
Love it.
doing
Going to school.
Going to school,
doing
and it's
tests.
very fun. It's very fun. It's one of the best games. If you haven't played Persona 5, check it out. It's incredible. But this is more like an open world where you're exploring. You're looking for nook and cranny, like hidden objects through every nook and cranny. Like your little things that'll give you upgrade points, different abilities, different items, different demons. And it's just a huge world. And you're just exploring different. There's many quests to fight like mini bosses, and you get more money and you get more abilities. And like so, you're just running around this world just doing things. And it's really big. And the only problem, I think, main problem is the graphical fidelity is quite bad because it's on the Switch. Even for Switch, in my opinion, it looks pretty bad, but that's probably my only complaint, And,
Okay.
but other than that, it's incredible.
Are there other people like in the world to talk to? Like, how's the story?
Yeah.
How's the characters in it? Because
I actually think
I'm a
it's
big fan of
pretty
Persona
good.
5, and I love the characters, but the characters are a bigger part of you because they're part of your team and they like fight with you. And this one, it doesn't sound like that. This one, it sounds like the demons that you catch are your teammates that you trade in and out.
Yeah, they're basically. There's not. I mean, there's other characters. They're from like they're human characters that are like lost in the world with you. Like you're in the kind of like, demon world, and they're from like Tokyo. They go to school with you.
Okay.
And you can go back to Tokyo and you can go to the school and talk to the kids. And like you're trying to save them. Like one girl got like possessed by a demon. Now I'm trying to save her. And like so, there's like a slight story elements, but the characters you're not going to get a lot of characterization like you do in Persona.
Okay.
Nothing like that. That's
story
incredible.
though. Is there a story, or is it?
Basically like you're fighting angels and
So you're just killing shit.
Demons. Yeah, I mean it's a simple story. Bad guy, gotta fight the bad guy. And there's little things here and there, but it's mostly just fighting. And you could say that about like each dungeon in Persona. Like they're pretty much here's a bad guy.
Correct. Yeah.
Get to the end of it.
But outside
it would
of
be
that,
similar
you have that
to
other
that.
You have that other. Okay, so it's just kind of like the inside fighting part of the Persona 5.
There's not nearly as much as the other stuff.
Okay. Last question. I know last time we talked on this podcast, I think, and in person, you gave your sister your Switch to play games.
I did.
How would she fare, do you think, playing Shin Megami Tensei 5 if she picked it up?
I've been thinking about that too. I'm like, I would love to give this to her and see how she thinks of it. And my friend Dan, actually, he loves Pokemon games, so I kind of want him to play it because I think he'd be right up his alley. But sorry guys, I just ate, so I'm gonna clear my throat a lot. She's played Earthbound, so she played a turn-based RPG, so she kind of knows, turn-based combat. I think it's be a little difficult for her. I mean, I think the game is hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. I play it on normal. I guess you could turn it on easy. Maybe that'll make it easier for her.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know if that would be something. I don't think I would ever give it to her. Just because she doesn't play a lot of games, she's very new. So I'm just trying to introduce her to games. Maybe somewhere down the line, if she. I would think about giving her Final Fantasy X first because it has like it's a story-based game mostly with the hints of combat.
Yeah, it's not all about
this
the combat.
Is just all combat, which is great. And I know, like I said, I've watched reviews of like Happy Console Gamer. He's a great. If you ever check out his YouTube page, is awesome. And his wife loves Shin Megami. She only plays like a few different games, but she's like crazy about this game. So it makes me curious if my sister would like it. But she's playing Zelda Breath of the Wild right now, and she's loving it. She's played a lot of it. I mean, she plays it for hours, and she's like, Dylan, I just sit on the couch and like I'm trying to go to sleep, but I just can't I just keep finding things and keep going. I'm like, good, and that's how you're supposed to feel when you play a video game, and I'm happy she's actually enjoying the Switch. Because I didn't want to get her a Switch and then her just to play it for a little bit and then get bored, but it seems like she's really enjoying it. So that makes me happy.
Yeah. Yeah, because I've been trying to think of, what is it? My mom, she has a Switch, as I mentioned before. She just plays Animal Crossing. So I've been trying to think of other games to get her. The only game that I could think of, my sister also has a Switch. And so she's given her a bunch of different games to try. I think like Dragon Quest Builders, I believe, was one of them, which is kind of like a builder RPG game.
I played Dragon Quest Builders 2.
Okay.
And it's okay. I probably wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah. But it's just... She just loves her Animal Crossing. Like, she is trying to get every item in the game, and there's like 60,000 items in the game. I thought about the only other game that's come
Wow.
to mind that I think would be fun. That I think I don't know if it'd be. I don't know if she'd enjoy it. I'd be curious. Is what is it? That Untitled Goose Game one, and I've told her about this. Where you because it's I mean it's simple gameplay. There's no UI
Yeah.
really. You just play as a goose, and it's like, hey, steal this guy's keys, and then you take his keys and you swim into the pond, and that's that level.
Yeah.
It just seems like a simple enough game that she could get the handle of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. How long is it? Like 2 hours, though? It's a short game.
It's like you probably. I mean, probably I
Maybe
think like
4
5
hours?
hour or so. Yeah,
Yeah.
and there's
I
co-op,
think it'd be
so you
cool.
know.
You probably get it. Is it on the Switch? I think it is.
Yeah, it's on the Switch. Yeah, that's why I was talking about it. She doesn't have anything else to play on.
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm curious about what to get my sister next as well. I don't think I'm going to get her Animal Crossing. Although I think it's fascinating that your mom loves it so much.
She loves it. Like she got the DLC and just is like trying to like get literally every item. She's like, I still have items to collect. I was like, Mom, aren't there like 60,000 items in that game? I don't know if that's like healthy.
I think it's great. I think it's funny. Like, is this the first game she's like ever played? As far
This
as
is,
you know?
I mean, no, she used to play. I don't know if you ever heard of them. They're like the Nancy Drew games. They're kind of like click adventure games on the computer.
Yeah.
So it's like storied. You have to like solve these mysteries. You go into a room and you're like, okay, this is where the murder happened.
Yeah.
And you like click on this and it's like, oh, okay. And it's kind of like you solve the mystery. So she's done those, but this is like, I guess. But those are all like, you know, only like she'll beat them in probably like 2 weeks or so. This is the first game where she's spent like a good, I mean, months playing it, years.
Yeah. I mean,
playing
it's a big
it,
game.
and of course, it is
doesn't
her
end.
like first game console being the Switch.
Right. Yeah, I'll have to think about some cool games because there is a lot on the Switch. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Nothing for me though. Nothing for me.
Yeah, I'm sure there's Shin Megami. You'd love it.
I probably would, but it's not like a game that again I would buy a console for.
That's the problem. But
Yeah.
to me, it's like, I love it. I
Yeah.
think not only there's so many JRPGs. I mean, they got Xenoblade Chronicles 3 coming out.
That's
don't
what
know
I
if I'll
saw.
get that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just got an updated release date for the July.
I
But
wanna
like
play
they
2
always
and 1, but I
they
haven't.
just- there's so many JRPGs coming out, and they're selling so well. Like Shin Megami just broke 1 million copies. Triangle
That's great.
Strategy sold like 800,000 copies or something crazy. Like, so they're selling well. That means they're gonna make more of them. And I just that's basically what I play is JRPGs, like mostly.
hmm
That and like horror games, I guess, you know, and
Yeah.
From Software games. I think that's like the
From
three
Software.
like things I play. Besides Hunt, Showdown, and Overwatch, which takes up like 50% of my other gaming time, which I still play a lot of, and it's still great.
Weren't you supposed to stop playing Overwatch for?
I stopped
Sometime?
for a few weeks. I stopped for
Okay.
like 3 weeks, and I found myself still getting on Xbox and talking to friends, and playing Hunt instead. We switched from like not playing Overwatch because I told them not to just like playing Hunt.
Yeah.
So there was really no unless I give up.
That's not a difference.
Yeah, unless I just give up Xbox altogether, there's really no difference.
Yeah.
But it was fine. I'm happy playing Hunt though. That was fun, you know. And I played Elden Ring. You know, I was doing some other things.
Mhm.
But now it's like it's just a night. I just need to like play with my friends. You talk to them, you know what I mean, and kind of like
Yeah.
just socialize for a little bit, and it's just a good way to do that.
Yeah, most of my friends play League of Legends, but I'll occasionally still hop on there, even if I'm not even playing a game. I'm doing something else on my computer, on the Discord, just to talk with them.
Yeah, exactly. It's healthy. It's good. And instead of going to a bar, which is what we usually do otherwise,
Mm-hmm.
which is cool too. You know, whatever. But yeah. So yeah, that's we'll end video game talk there.
I will say this is more, I guess, technology. I got the Steam Deck, which for people who don't know is like basically a Switch kind of amped up, like a full-fledged PC handheld. I played it at my sister's. That's where I played the Dark Souls mainly on, Dark Souls 2 on. And I love it so far. I just got mine, however, and it's sitting right next to me, and I want to pick it up so bad and just like play it while I'm podcasting, but I'm not going to. But overall, first impressions, it's pretty great. Build quality is fantastic, and the fact that my Steam library, almost all the games I want to, can be played on this thing, I'm very excited.
Yeah, that's so cool. I would get if it was a little bit cheaper. I think what are they starting like 500?
Start at 400.
400 is not bad.
Nope.
But I think they said like that you want the one with the high memory, like 64 gigabyte or
64 is the 400 is 64 gigabytes of hard drive space,
Okay,
and
so that's
like expect like 10 gigabytes of that to be the OS. So you only have like 50 free. I got the 256 gigabyte one because that'll be plenty for the games that I want to play on this thing.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Not to mention you can upgrade if you put an SD card in there, you can upgrade it to like 1 terabyte.
Oh, sick. Okay, yeah, that seems really cool.
It runs the games really well off SD cards.
Because there's a lot of cool games on PC as well. Hollow Knight, Inscription.
Yep, I got Hollow Knight already installed on here. I got, of course, Dark Souls 2.
I'm surprised you got Dark Souls 2 on there. How's the screen size? Like, is it
it's
bigger
like
than the
7
Switch?
inches. It's a little bit bigger than the original Switch. It's not as big as the OLED.
Interesting. Okay. But the quality of the picture is 1080.
Oh, no, I think the screen is 720, so it's I think on par with the OLED on that, because it's just at this size of a screen with how close I hold it to my face, a 1080 screen would be like a 1080p screen would be wasted pixels at that point.
Yeah.
Like I guarantee you they did the math on it. Like, would it be effective? Yeah. Would it cost as good? And clarity be an issue? And it's no issue. I mean, I just played Dark Souls 2 for like 10 hours last weekend. Yeah, Dark Souls 2, awesome. Not a great looking game to begin with. But yeah, it ran great. So
awesome. Okay, good. So it's a good review for the Steam Deck.
Next podcast, I'll have a more full-fledged review.
Yeah, for sure. And hopefully you'll have some games beaten by then. Maybe Dark Souls 2. We'll see.
Dark Souls 2, maybe Hollow Knight. Who knows?
Yeah, dude. Hollow Knight is inspired by Dark Souls 2, which is crazy. Not 2, also. Like, I think because there's so many video games that are inspired by Dark Souls, it's kind of wild nowadays.
Oh,
annoying.
Yeah. Literally every game comes out. It's like, this is the Dark Souls shooter of shooters.
Yeah, because they got like Estus flasks. Like that I've never seen that in a game before. Where you know what I mean? Before Dark Souls 1, I don't think.
Yeah, where you have a limited supply until you reload, basically.
Yeah, and then when you save or reload, all the enemies come back. And then when you die, your souls or experience points stay in the same spot. Like, there's so many few things, and so many games just take down those ideas, which is crazy, in a good way. I mean, they're cool ideas, but it's just kind of getting out of hand. Because there hasn't been like another new idea that's been copied recently. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with that. One last thing. Sorry, I know you'll like this. Basically, with every like hardware that Valve comes out with, they make a game for. And this one is like called Aperture Desk Job. It's just like a game that takes place in the world of Portal.
Yeah.
Do you know about this game?
I do.
Okay. Do you know who voices it then?
Yes, I do.
Okay. For listeners, Nate Bargatze does this. Who is a comedian that Dylan took me to his show, like with like Ray and I think who else was there? Maybe Phil. This year, and then what is it like? You introduced us to him like 3-4 years ago. And he's just been knocking it out of the park since. I mean, everybody I show him to loves him because my dad was actually playing it. And he's like, this voice sounds familiar. And I like walk over there, and my dad was playing it because he wants to get one eventually. And he was like, this voice sounds weird. And I was like listening. I was like, I think that's, and I was like, that sounds like Nate Bargatze. He's like, that's who I think it is too, just the way he talks. Yeah. And then I looked it up, that's great for Nate. Good for him.
I know. Yeah, it's great. He does a great job in the game too. Because I just watched clips of it just because I heard he was in it. Kyle Hilliard from MinMax was talking about it.
Oh yeah,
because he loves him too. He loves Nate.
Who doesn't?
And yeah, exactly. And then he's like, so I just looked up clips and I was like, oh man, he's doing a killer job as a voice actor. So that's the only reason I would want to play that game. Honestly,
it's not even really a game. It's just more of a demo, like to like show you where the buttons are on the thing. But I mean, he makes it just him like talking about the buttons and like what to press and to do. And if like you don't press them, he'll like bug you, like, "Hey, what are you doing?" He's like, "Come on, press it." It's so good.
Yeah, it is.
But all right, enough game talk. I apologize for my rants on that.
Oh, it's all good. The listeners are loving it. So a new trailer came out this week. Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh, this is a good segue, actually.
Did you watch this?
Oh yeah, I saw this, man. I watched this like 3 times.
I watched it a couple times. Yeah.
It looks so good.
Yeah. What did you any takeaways? What are you excited for?
I'm just excited. I'm excited for more Thor directed by Taika Waititi because, let's face it, the first Thor is good. It was good. Second Thor was pretty garbage. And then Ragnarok just reinvigorated my love for Thor, the character, and the world of like these Asgardians and all that. And just the way he makes Taika Waititi took the film and like made it more comedic.
Oh yeah.
And Chris Hemsworth is a very good comedic actor.
Yeah.
That I keep making these. Like I hope this is the second one in the trilogy of Taika Waititi's, and we get a third one after this. The color, everything looks good, and we get to see the Guardians too. I'm guessing the Guardians will probably be only near the beginning of it when they kind of like drop Thor off on wherever he's going, because that's how Endgame ended. But I'm excited. I loved it. I mean, it made me laugh out loud many times watching this trailer. How about you? What did you feel about it?
Yeah, I'm super excited. I mean, I think the last Thor movie was probably one of my favorite just superhero movies.
It's great. It's great.
And just because I like the tone of it, I think it's funnier. And like I love Chris Hemsworth, and I feel like they actually used him to his full ability.
Oh yeah,
like he said he's a great comedic actor. He doesn't need to be serious all the time. He's like half serious, half funny. I think he just knocks it out of the park.
Mm-hmm.
And I cannot wait to see this movie. And yeah, Taika Waititi. You know he's got another show on HBO.
Taika Waititi does?
Yeah. Our Flag Means Death.
I did not know that.
Have you heard of this?
I have.
It's about pirates. It's about pirates, and the guy who's the main character is the captain. His name's Murray. Or he's not. His name's not Murray, but he's Murray from Flight of the Conchords, the boss. If you remember the boss.
Okay.
Anyway, so he plays the captain of the pirate ship, and it's a comedy. I've only watched a couple episodes. It's okay. I think it's funny. I haven't finished it, so I don't have a full review. But I just know that Taika Waititi made it, and he also made What We Do in the Shadows, obviously. That's probably what people know him from most.
What We Do in the Shadows is good. TV show What We Do in the Shadows is also good.
Oh yeah, yeah, it is very good too.
All right, I'll check that one out.
Surprisingly, really good.
I know. Yeah, I was a little worried. I was like, oh, it's a spinoff that they're doing, but then it actually was very funny and well done, and the actors in it are great.
Yeah, it's excellent.
Yes. Oh yeah, Thor. Excited about that one. And then what is it? You have no interest in Doctor Strange, I'm guessing.
No. I would say no. But I haven't seen the newest Spider-Man. I think he's in this. Is he in the Spider-Man movie?
Oh yeah, you haven't seen No Way Home.
No.
Oh my God. Whew. Oh man, that movie is fantastic.
I know, man. I'm waiting for it to be free on like Disney Plus or something. I don't know.
It's not. It will never come out on Disney Plus. It's not a Disney movie.
Oh, what is it?
It's Sony. Sony owns the rights.
I was gonna say, is it a Sony movie? I can't remember these things. So HBO might get it eventually, right?
Maybe. Are the Sony movies go on HBO?
I don't know. They got a lot of. So HBO gets a lot of movies.
Yeah, but they get Warner Media because that's their head company. So that's why they get the new. That's why they got Dune and all that, and Tenet and what is it, Suicide Squad.
Oh.
And that's why the Batman is just now on there too. I gotta watch that.
I was gonna say, like, they have other superhero movies, so that's why I just assumed.
Yeah, that's
the Batman's on there. You gotta watch it and tell me if it's good.
It just came out there yesterday. I plan on doing that. Yeah.
Okay, I'll watch it too then.
I'll probably watch it this weekend.
I'm the only one. I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna be great. And then all my friends, fantastic. I talk to them. They all think it's gonna be shit. And they're like, "Oh, it looks horrible." I'm like, "What?
Yeah.
What do you think?
They're wrong.
You think
I think it's gonna be great. I think it's. I haven't even looked up review. I think the reviews came out and said it was really good.
They're good. Great reviews.
I mean, it's got the same director as like the Planet of the Apes movies, which I loved.
Dude, I haven't seen them.
It's got I know we talked about this. They're great. And then it's got I forgot his name now. Who's the main guy who plays Batman?
Robert Pattinson,
who I think is a very good actor. I watched Tenet multiple times, mainly because I didn't understand the movie until the third time watching it. But he is fantastic in that movie, and I think he crushes it as Batman. I mean, I don't think there's a huge jump because I think Ben Affleck sucked. Christian Bale was great, I think.
Oh yeah,
but you don't have to just be a good actor at that point, and you'll be on par with him. And I think he's capable, if not more than capable, of doing that.
You know how many? There's been so many Batmans. Like Val Kilmer was Batman.
Yep.
Michael Keaton was
Yep.
Batman. There might be another one that I'm thinking. George
I think there's
Clooney.
one more. Yeah, I think he was. Yeah, George Clooney.
That's crazy. Ben Affleck, like Christian, like everybody in Hollywood's been Batman at one point. And it's just like that's why it doesn't bother me that people are like, oh, another Batman. It's like, yeah, they've been doing this for years.
Yeah.
Like it's not a new thing. I'm excited. I'm excited to see Robert
People,
Pattinson.
yeah,
I think
people
he's gonna do a
keep
good job.
if they keep making good movies. I mean, I didn't go see any of the Justice League movies or
No, me neither.
Schneider's, whatever I forgot his first name,
Zack
movies with
Snyder.
Batman. Yeah. The only one I saw, I think, was Man of Steel, and then I was like, that was fine. And then the other ones, just I heard, were not great, so I have never watched that. I did
I heard
watch.
the director's cut was good.
I did watch the director's cut of it, 4 hours long. It was fine.
I heard it was good. But fine. I assume for 4 hours, like you can't. It's just too long.
It's too long. It's too long. Even if it started off really good, by the third hour, you're losing me. And then the fourth hour comes, and it's got to be something special, and it was not something special. But it was. But I didn't come out of it saying like I wish I hadn't done that. I just came out of it saying like that was fine.
You know, I think about like a 4 hour movie though. It's kind of like watching a TV show when watching 4 episodes. You know, but when we watch a 10-hour TV show. Like, well, how about like an 8 hour? Like, I think our Severance is about 8 to 9 hours, right? So, like, but we don't think of it as like if it was just a one movie, it'd be like 8 hour movie. Oh my god! But because it's in a TV show, it doesn't feel as bad. It doesn't feel as like.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's just like it's like availability because it's like I can watch one episode and then be done. Whereas,
yeah, but I think
like,
with movies, you could just stop a movie and watch it again later and come back to it.
You can. Technology has advanced this far.
I mean, like it's just the same. Like it's the same thing because the story is going to stop.
I don't think it's the same thing though because they plan when the TV shows end, and they make sure you like okay, this is the cutoff of this episode. Whereas in like an hour into Justice League, it might be in the middle of some conflict, and so I pause it, and it's just like that didn't feel like a good place to pause. You know, there's also those times in movies where it's like this feels like a good place to pause. You'll say it, then you'll pause it, and you'll go to the bathroom and do that stuff.
But sometimes episodes will end in like a cliffhanger.
Yeah,
we can go like the last episode of Severance. It's just a boom, it's a cliffhanger, and like, but it's exciting. So like you could, and you could just stop it wherever you want.
I agree.
That's all
you can
saying.
absolutely,
but make your own cliffhanger.
It's correct. I don't disagree. You can absolutely do that. For me personally, it feels different. Like with a movie, it feels like okay, I am committed for however long this movie is. Where that's why TV shows aren't nice, and that's why I don't watch.
I agree.
That's why I like shorter TV shows, like 25-minute ones or 30-minute ones, because it's less of a commitment for me to watch those.
Yeah, I agree, and I argue about this, but like I also agree with you. The same sentiment. Like a movie just feels really long, and that's why I don't really. It's like a mental thing. You know what I mean? Like,
you're like buckle up.
2.5 hour
time
movie.
to buckle up for this movie.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't really have the 2 hours to do that, but I'll sit and watch 2 episodes of Severance and like no problem. Yeah, I'm afraid to watch a movie. It's weird.
It is very weird. I don't know. There's some psychological thing in there, and I'm sure they've tested it for when they release shows all at once versus weekly, and why that happens.
Weekly is best, right? We both agree on that?
Yes, weekly is much better than binging.
Yeah. I mean, I think for Severance, let alone, like, I've been able to talk about that for, like, the past, like, 2 months, you know what I mean? And just telling me, like, this show's so cool, you gotta watch this. How'd you like Severance, by the way?
I loved it. I watched it. I binged it towards the end, because I think when I started watching it, it had, like, 3 episodes left. And so I watched it first episode 1 week, and then I probably watched 1 or 2 episodes a week up until the last week where I watched probably 2 episodes, including the last one. But it was phenomenal. I haven't like really loved a show that much in a while where it was like every episode the next one came and I was like I wanted to go online and like look up what people were thinking about what was happening. It's just it's such a original like concept too with the innies and the outies of your work and the way they film it. It's kind of like some parts are funny, some parts are very eerie, other parts are kind of like thriller-ish. What is it? Ben Stiller apparently directed it and helped create it.
Yeah.
So I think he did a phenomenal job. So Yeah, I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah, I all the same things I would can repeat. You know, it's such an original story, like an idea that you never see, and that's what we need in TV shows. You know, but it's such a thriller too. Like,
Yeah. Oh man.
it's like a mystery thriller, and it makes you think. When I'm not watching the show, I'm like still thinking about it.
Oh yeah.
Which is
Like I
interesting.
still want to know what they're doing down there.
Yeah,
Like
like
what
it's
are
so,
they doing?
and I hope it answers some questions towards the end. You know, about.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it gets bigger. I want to know more about this company. You know,
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure we find out all that. I want to talk. I kind of want to talk spoilers, but I also don't because I want people who are listening to this, if there are people listening to this,
yeah,
to watch the show. It's on for people who don't know what it is. Severance is a TV show on Apple TV Plus. You don't need an Apple TV to watch it. You can have the subscription like any other TV subscription service, and watch it on your favorite watching device, whether it's maybe Chromecast, TV, laptop, iPhone, iPad, if you have those. And it's just a fantastic thriller show. Just look it up because I'm not going to do it any justice by telling you what it's about when probably the trailer for the TV show is going to do much better than that.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite shows I've watched in a long time. It's my favorite show of the year so far, and I think I'd be surprised if a show beats it. And in my opinion, it should win an Emmy for best, like, I don't know, drama. I don't know what they
best drama, best actors. Adam Scott in it is fantastic.
He's amazing.
I loved it. I love seeing him in a serious kind of role too, with some aspects of comedy, but mainly serious role.
Yeah, he knocks that out of the park. He does a lot in this film, or this show. Like he does a lot of different things, and he knocks them all out of the park, in my opinion.
Yeah, he crushes it. Yeah, it's a great show.
Yeah, very cool. Check it out, everyone. Severance, Apple TV.
Another thing on Apple TV that you recommended, After Party.
Yes.
We talked about this a little bit last time we hung out, but I'll mention it here. That is also a really good show. That show I finished because it was fully out by the time I started it. So I probably finished it in around 2 weeks.
Yeah, I saw both Severance and After Party. I saw the first episode. I think there was like 1 or 2 episodes out, so I had to wait every single week.
Yeah, see that would have been nice though, because you know,
but I really wanted, like, after watching like 1 episode of Severance, I'm like, I need more of this. I want to know what's going on. But yeah, After Party's incredible. The cast is amazing. I think
the cast is fantastic. Half those actors and actresses I didn't even know about, but like the main guy in it is fantastic. I mean, I knew Dave Franco and I knew Ben Schwartz, and I think what is the police officer's name?
Tiffany Haddish. Those were the only ones that I really kind of knew. Yeah. Everybody else, I didn't really know their names. Well, you will. You may not know their names because I don't know all their names either. But I think, Sam Henderson for one, or Sam Richardson, sorry.
Who is he?
He's the main character.
Okay.
I forget his name. He's great. I think he's in Veep. If you ever see the show Veep,
I have not seen the show Veep.
He plays like this really dumb assistant. And he's like, every character in that show is super dumb, but he's like incredibly dumb. And he just knocks every scene out of the park. And I used to tell my mom, like, this guy is so funny. Like, he's my favorite character. And now he's getting like roles. Like, you know what I mean? He's getting more roles. He was in Ted Lasso. He's in a movie.
Was he in Ted Lasso?
Yeah, he plays like this guy from Africa who comes in and tries to buy Sam, the soccer player.
God damn, you are right.
Yeah.
That is the same guy. Oh, yeah.
And then he knocks that role out.
He throws an absolute fit at the end when he doesn't join him. Oh, my God. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he does such a good job in that role. He
probably looked familiar when I saw him. I was like, I don't know who he is. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, he does a good job in that role just because you don't even recognize him. Like, he seems like this really African guy. Yeah, he's just like this funny comedian guy.
God, he's funny.
But Ben Schwartz, I think, really stole the show.
I love Ben Schwartz, man. I love him. I might have to go see the Sonic and Sonic 2 movie.
Dude, I want to see the Sonic movies. I mean,
they must be good. They came out with the second one's coming out.
It looks good, I think. They sell so much. The first one made so much money.
It did, man. People love Sonic, apparently.
Yeah, and Ben Schwartz, and then I even like what's his name, Cyclops. I don't know his name. The other guy, like the human guy.
Dave Franco?
No, the guy that hangs out with Sonic.
The guy that hangs out. Oh, wait. What are we talking about?
There's a human
We're talking about Sonic.
So Sonic.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Okay, yeah. The
I call him
actor in Sonic movie.
Yeah, the actor in the Sonic
Oh
movie.
my god, I got so confused there.
And then Idris Elba's playing Knuckles.
Yeah, you just was playing Knuckles. You're talking about
Well, I said Cyclops because he's in X-Men.
he is Cyclops in X-Men. I know exactly who you're talking about. He's also in Westworld.
Yes.
But I don't know his name, and it's bugging me. I'm looking it up right now.
He's
everybody.
good though. Yeah, look it up. Let's listen.
His name is James Marsden. That's his name.
Yes, James Marsden. Yeah, I think he's actually really good.
He's good. Yeah, he crushed in Westworld.
Yeah, he was really good in Westworld, and I think he gets a bad rep too because Cyclops he was pretty bad.
Yeah, well, those
everyone
just hated not great.
I think just people hated him as Cyclops because he's a piece of shit.
Well, it's like the character was written like a piece of shit.
Right, exactly. So like I don't, but like at the time when I was a kid watching these movies, like I just like hated that actor. You know what I mean? It's kind of like we do. But
speaking of Jane, I'm sorry. Did you watch You watched Westworld, right?
I mean, I stopped at like season 2. I think I haven't seen like at the newest season where they're in like the real world.
Yeah. I was just curious because I brought him up and I went down the rabbit hole of looking up if they're gonna make a 4th season, which they are. It's apparently supposed to air this year. Season 3 was fine.
I didn't hear enough about it. No, there wasn't enough hype around it for me to like go back and watch it.
I mean, compared to like the first season of Westworld, I mean, it was not as good.
Yeah, that one was so good.
And season 2 was also pretty good because it was still like in the park, and you kind of learned about the other parks.
It had some good parts
too.
And some slower parts, in my opinion. It was like not as good as season 1, but still pretty good.
Yeah, season 3 was not as good as season 2. It kind of is going downhill, but it's still good enough for me to tune in to see where it goes.
Yeah, did you watch Better Call Saul, by the way?
No, I did not. No, I never watched more.
I haven't either.
I didn't watch Breaking Bad that much either.
Oh, because I heard Bryan Cranston and the other guy, Aaron Paul, they're going to make an appearance in Better Call Saul in the next upcoming season. So
I mean, well, I think it's the last season.
I think it is the last season,
which makes sense why they're appearing.
I think it's cool though. I think everyone should be excited.
Apparently, everybody who I've heard talk about Better Call Saul are people who would love Better Call Saul and think it's one of the best shows on TV right now. Yeah,
I agree. I told my dad to watch it. I've never even watched it, but I'm like, here, you might like this. He loves it. He loves it. He thinks it's so funny. And he watched Severance and he hated it, which is crazy. That's how my dad is, man. Me, my sister, my mom were all like, "Oh, this show's so good," and my dad's like, "It's so boring." I'm like, "Just watch more. Just keep watching it." And then he finishes it, and he's like, "Yeah, it was so boring." I'm like, "What?" I don't know what's going on in your brain. So I don't take my dad's.
Well, I'm glad he's liking Better Call Saul anymore.
But he does like Better Call Saul, so he's a critic. And we watched that show. I made him watch Nobody, the movie with Bob Odenkirk.
Okay.
Where he's like nobody. That's what he says.
That's like a dad. It's like a dad superhero film.
Yeah, but he beats the shit out of like all these people.
Yeah.
And my dad loves it. Like I think it's directed by John Wick, the director of John Wick, I think.
Probably. It looks like it's in the same vicinity of that type of movie, action movie.
Yeah. It's okay. It's good for a good action movie if you're interested in that. So my dad liked it because he likes that kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Bob Odenkirk. That's the only reason I want to watch Better Call Saul. Mainly, I think he's incredible.
It's just a lot of seasons, though. At this point, it's just too far. That's like the show The Americans, which apparently is also. I mean, it wins a bunch of awards at whatever TV show that is. Emmys, maybe it doesn't matter.
Emmys.
But it is, and I've started watching it, and it's really good. But it's like, how many seasons? It's like 8 or 9 seasons now, with like 20 episodes per season, each one an hour long. It's just too much. I don't have that commitment.
Yeah,
for a TV show, like it's just I need to start early on a show and follow it, or else I just can't.
I know. I think that's how everyone is, and it's actually unfortunate too, because like I remember when Game of Thrones was coming out. You know, I used to tell people, "Oh, you haven't watched Game of Thrones? Oh my god!" But they're like, "What season is it on?" Like 7. They're like, "Oh, geez, 7 seasons." Yeah. But you know, like it's a really good show, and we're probably missing out on like Better Call Saul and some of these other shows because there's too much. But at the same time, like, what are you gonna do? You know?
I know. There's only so much time that I have every day.
So you're gonna make fun of me. But I'm watching a show again. Okay. And I
Okay.
watched it for the first time when I was a little kid. It came out. Maybe you can guess what show it is. Maybe you probably never even watched it. You might have been too young. I don't know. It came out in 1999, the first season.
Is it Digimon?
It is Digimon. How'd you know?
Because we talked about this in person last time.
God damn it.
You were looking at like Digimon games or something. I forgot what.
Digimon.
Or like they just
Digital
came out with
Monster.
a show like on some streaming
Yeah.
service.
We were talking about it, and I think that since we started talking about it, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna check it
Go
out.
for it.
Or maybe I was watching at the time, but I think Logan was playing with Digimon toys or something, and then I was like, I wanted to see if it was like safe for him to watch. You know, I'm like, would he like this? You know, so I like checked out a few episodes, and it's something I just fall asleep to at night. You know, I put it on, and I can close my eyes and just kind of reminisce, like nostalgia, just experience all that again.
Yeah.
It's not a very good show. It's surprisingly bad. Like I do remember it being so much better. Like
Yeah.
it's still cool though. I think that's the thing. Like you just every episode you get to see a new monster and a new evolution.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's
Digimon
when you're a kid, that's all you care about. Did you watch the show?
Was pretty, I watched parts of it. I don't think I was probably too young to be like, oh, this is my favorite show. I want to keep watching this show.
Yeah.
But I remember parts of it. I remember one episode specifically where it's like they're on the computer and then they're like, oh man, there's a Digimon's in the system or something. And then they like all go into the computer and like have to fight this hacker Digimon that's breaking into the computer. I don't know if this is the same TV show. I don't know if it's Digimon now that I'm talking about it, but
It's definitely Digimon. I think it's probably it might not be the original series.
no, I don't think it might have been. It probably was a little bit older because if it was the original series like
Yeah.
in 1999, I was like 6 years old, so
Yeah. I was like 8.
I didn't even know how to
think,
talk.
when I was watching. It would come out every Saturday. I get to watch one episode every Saturday.
Oh man,
I can't believe it, too. I must have watched 20 episodes. It took a whole year. But I did it. But yeah, no, it's a cool show, and definitely something I want to wait for Logan to get a little bit older. But I think it'd be fun. I just want to introduce him to like anime and stuff, because I think it's cool. And I liked it as a kid, so why wouldn't he?
Yeah,
that's how I think about it.
until he says it's stupid,
That's why I want to
Kids
get
are
him
brutal.
early enough to where he's like
Where you
he just
influence
likes
him.
it. Yeah.
You're like, oh, Uncle Dylan likes this. I
Yeah.
have to like this.
I mean, that's when I was like a kid. My brother was like 7 years older than me, so if I'm 8 years old, what does that make him? 13?
Plus 7? This is 15.
15? So he was 15 and I was 8. And I looked up to him, man. He was everything to me.
Yeah.
I'd come to, into the basement, he'd be watching Dragon Ball Z. And I'd just be like, whoa, this is the coolest show ever, because he thought it was cool. And, I just thought whatever he was doing was cool.
Absolutely.
And so I got interested in Digimon, all these things basically because of him.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like Logan, he needs like an older brother to show him Digimon and Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that,
There you go. Yeah.
And because I've been the youngest, so I mean I never got to be like an older brother to someone.
Yeah.
So like
I agree with that.
yeah, it's something I always wanted to do. That's why I always want to have my own kids too. Someday
Mhm.
maybe we'll see.
All right. So I have a. So Dylan, remember the first episode we did of this new season?
I mean, yeah, probably.
Do you remember the show within a show?
Yes.
All right.
I was curious if he was gonna come back sometime soon.
It is finally back. So I'm gonna play the theme music now. Okay, cool. I cut it. Excellent. That was a great song, wasn't it, Dylan?
Dude, that was amazing. I can't believe you made that just for this. It still wows me.
Okay, so hello everybody and welcome to Avatar Update. This is the show within a podcast. Now, I had this day counter set for if we did the podcast last time we hung out. So it is extremely out of date. So we are less than 251 days away. That for sure I know. I don't know the exact number of days. But it's something probably like, let's see, 2 weeks on minus that. So 235? Sure.
It could get pushed back though, right?
Man, I don't think so. It's been pushed back like 3 times now, from like 2020 to 2021 to now 2022.
I know, but I'm talking about like per month. Like, oh, we need another month.
I don't think it will.
We'll see.
I hope it doesn't, because I need this movie to come out.
Well, then we get another couple months of podcasting, the show within
That's
the show.
true.
So it'll work out.
So, sorry, 241 days. I was off. 241 days.
Okay.
So we have some new rumors. Now, we don't have anything official, but I needed something. At least give me a little breadcrumb to at least bring this show back for just a smidge of time. So we have 2 breadcrumbs. One being Zoe Saldana, main character, Neytiri in the show, in the movie, came out with a comment about Avatar 2, and I quote her here: "I can get choked up just talking about it. I was able to see just 20 minutes of the second installment right before the end of the year ended last year, and I was speechless. I was moved to tears."
Wow.
And then she adds, he was finally able to crack that challenge being underwater motion capture. The whole thing that, she actually explains it here, I apologize. The whole thing that you can't imitate water virtually through performance capture, that was just a challenge that he had taken upon himself, and it took him years, and he did it. It's powerful. It's compelling.
Sweet. I bet it's going to look amazing.
Because the last one looks amazing still. Like, this one's it's going to blow my pants off.
Yeah.
So, but she's moved to tears, man. She cried about this, so it's got to be good.
Yeah, that's crazy. But that's her life work too.
Correct, really.
She spent
it really is.
A whole year making this film, probably.
Oh yeah, this and Avengers. Those are. She's like, what is it? She's like the highest. She's the only female actor with like the 2 highest grossing movies of all time, as an actress in them.
Wow.
So yeah, she's a pretty good actor.
Yeah.
And the last rumor. This is the more rumor one. But it makes sense if you think about it, because we just saw the Thor. We saw a Thor teaser trailer. Is that Avatar 2 trailer is rumored to show before the Doctor Strange movie?
Okay.
Because Doctor Strange is coming out, owned by Disney. Of course, Disney now owns Fox, which is Avatar. And Doctor Strange comes out on May 6th, so a few weeks away. And now there's no confirmation on this, but that's the rumor that has been spreading around. Now, if we go back to like some previous entries, such as No Way Home had a Doctor Strange teaser at the end credits scene. Okay. Now, the end credits scene also aired 5 days after the release of No Way Home. So possibly May 11th, we'll see it spreading on YouTube if it actually comes out.
I could see that. That makes sense.
I think it does too. Because you got to start getting it back into people's minds, because people like me or you, because of me, don't have it in their minds.
Honestly, yes. I would not even be thinking about it right now unless you haven't brought it up. So they need to get it rolling.
Yeah, they do. Because they need to get it going, and they need to have another re-release of Avatar 1 in theaters, 3D, to get people amped up about the story again. Because, this is the second one. So that is all I have. I'm hoping, who knows, maybe after May 6th or May 11th, if we do another podcast in that month, we'll have another Avatar update. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Cool. I can't wait for the next update. Hopefully we get something juicy. Hopefully we get a trailer, something to analyze,
What I would love a trailer to analyze.
Yeah,
I'd love it.
That'd be great. Let's see. Oh, I guess some kind of interesting news. But for those of you who may know, talked to me last summer, I had a roommate named Alex, and he lived with us for the summer.
I forgot about that. I do remember this. Yeah, I did not meet him. No.
Yeah,
but I remember talking about him.
He would go home on the weekend, so he'd stay here. He has an internship at the steel mill. He's kind of the same area with my dad. So he'd go there and work, and then he'd come home and sleep, And I talked to him a little bit. He's young. I think he's just turned 21, so he can drink. I don't even know if he was 21 last year. I can't remember, but he is now. So maybe I'll have him go out for some drinks with him. But anyway, he's staying with me again this summer.
Oh, is he? Another internship?
Yeah. Apparently, he asked my mom. he's like, hey, can I? They asked me to do the internship again because he was supposed to graduate, but I'm guessing he had to probably do like one more semester or something like that.
Hmm.
So yeah, I think he's gonna be living with us again for another summer. Which is kind of cool, I guess. It's fine. But just kind
Yeah.
of interesting. He's like I said, he's not a lot of trouble. Like I said, he like I said, he goes home on most weekends, so it's not like I have to entertain him that much or anything. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then my brother bought a house. I don't know if I told you. Did I tell you about this?
Yes, you did. We talked about it, but let's talk about it a little bit more.
Yeah, I don't know if I talked about it on the podcast, but he did.
No, absolutely not.
He came and visited a couple weeks ago. He stayed with us for like a week, just to look at houses. So he just did a bunch of houses, looked at all of them, found one he actually liked, and he made an offer, and they accepted. So it's in Valparaiso, or close to Valpo, which is kind of far. It's like 30 minutes from here. I
Mhm.
wanted him to be closer so we could get more game nights and just be closer to the kids and stuff. But 30 minutes, it's okay, I guess. I'll still go over once a week, or
30
whatever.
minutes is a large step up, though, from flying out to see him.
It is. It is. And
So
we did
yes,
that.
it's not
Yeah.
10 minutes away, but it's much better.
Yeah.
No
that's true.
comparison better
That's
than
true.
what it was.
Yeah, 30 minutes it's pretty. I mean, it takes me longer to drive and see you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's half that time. So it's not bad. So I'm super stoked. I'm super stoked to have him back. And Valpo is a cool area. So I'm excited to like hang out there. Maybe we'll go out for more dinners in Valpo at Stacks.
There you
Some
go.
of the cool restaurants there.
Seo's Island mini golf. They got good pizza there, too.
Ooh, yeah, I love mini golf. So that would be dope as well.
When is he moving? Do you know?
Yeah, so he's supposed to close in a month from when he bought
Okay.
it, which is like last week, I think. So he's gonna close soon, but he's got to sell his own house in Tacoma, and they haven't even put it
Yeah.
up for sale yet. He's trying to move everything out, so it's empty. But they're expecting a lot. He bought his house in Tacoma for like 400, 450 or something,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like the realtors are talking like 700, 800 selling
yeah.
it for, which is crazy. So hopefully he makes a lot of money and comes back here, and doesn't have a down
And
payment.
gives
or
it
anything,
all to
or-
you.
I mean, like doesn't have a mortgage. Yeah, he gives it all to me in the form of board games, which would be
There you
great.
go.
So anyway, that's a little update in my personal life. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, that'll be
Get to see
nice.
that.
That's great.
Yeah,
I
because
mean,
he
my
just had
sister-
a baby too, so they got the two
Oh, yeah,
kids
yeah.
coming. But
That's
yeah,
great. Yeah, I mean, my sister moved here. She only moved. She was only 6 hours away, but now she's only 2 hours away now, and already I've gone to visit her more times than I have before.
yeah.
So,
Where, she
I'm
lives in Indy,
She
right?
lives, yeah,
Oh yeah,
she
you
lives
told
on the
us.
outskirts of Indy. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's awesome.
where we just were last Easter. Plus, it's good for my parents too, because now they don't have to worry about driving or flying out to see her. They can easily go down there as two retired people.
Yeah, it's nice, and there's a lot to do in Indy too, so it's always a fun trip, probably.
Yeah, we were supposed to go. We were supposed to go to Topgolf, over Easter because we were there for Easter.
Yeah,
And unfortunately, Topgolf had a wait time of like 5 hours. Couldn't get a reservation either. So then we just went on a nice
Wow.
walk at a local park.
Hey, sometimes that's good too,
I wasn't complaining.
Yeah. That's cool. I want to go like for more like outdoor. I want to do more picnics. That's what my goal is for this summer.
Picnics. Okay.
Like get lunch and then just go outside somewhere and just sit and eat.
There you go. I like
I
that. I want to do that with just taking a book outside and like going to the
Oh yeah.
river, or not river, goodness, lakeside. Just sitting there because I'll walk on the lake and multiple people just have a blanket out there and are just like reading all the time. And I was like, that must be
Yeah.
nice.
That sounds nice. I'd love
So.
to do that. Yeah, that'd be cool. Oh,
Let's just
man.
get out more because it's starting to warm up now, so I can start going on bike rides. I got a bike ride planned in 2 weeks with some friends down in Indiana, so that'll be fun.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
'cause
do
it
a
actually-
lot of biking, man.
Yeah, I can't remember if I mentioned I was gonna do Ragbri, which is a bike ride across Iowa. It's the biggest statewide bike ride in any state. It brings in like 30,000 people. It's insane. Unfortunately, yeah, me and my buddy were going to do it, but we unfortunately missed the registration by like a day. So we are not
No.
going to do it. But I looked it up. This year looks extremely rough. Usually, so it's like 60 to 80 miles per day. And then like on the third or fourth day, they do either an optional century or like a 60 miler, century being 100 miles in a day.
Yeah.
This year, because the founder of this ride passed away last year, they're putting in a non-optional century. So it's like 106 miles. You have to ride one day, which didn't sound that fun to me. I like riding. I like biking. Big fan of it. But century is already rough on its own. And then not to mention, you still have to do like 3 to 4 more days of 60 miles. It's almost too much for me, especially in Iowa, which is like, it's like 80 plus degrees, sun's beating down on you. I was kind of like, you know what? I'm not too upset that we missed it this year. So I'm hoping next year for sure. Plus I did a lot of research on it because it's just there's so many logistics going into it, of like where you have to take your luggage, the charters that you have to rent to possibly take your luggage to the next campsite where you camp, if you do housing. So I was relieved a little bit that we didn't get it because I still didn't know very much about it.
Yeah, this does seem like a lot. So yeah, I guess it worked out in the end, but it could have still been fun.
Yeah. Well, we'll look at next year. At least now we know.
Yeah, there's plenty more. You'll have a whole lifetime to do more biking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then one other fun thing, I'm starting the process of becoming a dual citizen.
Oh no, you're gonna be 2 people?
Yeah,
how does that even work?
Much. I don't know. I haven't found out yet. I just paid him a bunch of money, and
so what does that mean exactly for the listeners?
That means I'm going to be a dual citizenship with Italy. So I will be getting a Italian passport, and basically with that passport and this process, I will be able to go to any countries in the EU and live there and not have to get a work visa. I can stay as long as I want and not have to do any paperwork.
Okay, what made you want to do this?
Mainly the opportunity. My mom's like great grandpa or something, because of his bloodline, allowed basically a lot of people in my mom's side of the family to do it. And they did a deal where if you get a bunch of people to do it, of course, the price goes down. And so, I mean, we have, I know my mom's like cousins and a few of their family members, and then 2 or 3 of my cousins on my mom's side are doing it. So it's insanely cheap to do it. And if I like had to do it by myself, it cost upward of like 15 grand to do.
Oh,
which is stupid.
Wow.
I would never do that.
Right.
So it's just, it was too good of a deal to pass up. Even if I don't go over there and live there, number one, I get another passport, which is always just nice to have in case I need to show some ID or like 2 forms of passports when traveling.
Yeah, you need those.
And it's just, again, it was just so cheap that I was like, even if I don't use it, like, it's still a nice to have. It's not a lot of money, especially in the span of my lifetime. It's almost nothing. So
right.
I was
awesome.
like, you know what, just screw it, do it. If I don't use it, oh well. If I do, I'm gonna be so happy that I did this.
Yeah, that is really cool. That is so cool, actually. Hopefully, you'll get to use it. I hope you do, because
I will. I plan after we did our whenever I can fly overseas again, hopefully, or if they let us in.
Yeah,
I do want to go back and visit some more out there, because I mean before I went to Germany, I was always like, I don't know if I want to go overseas. You know, it's a little kind of nervous, a little scared.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to do it. I mean, I like the U.S. It's nice here. But then I went to Germany, and I was just and I had an absolute blast of like 7 days going there, just walking around, eating going to the restaurants there, looking at all the just tourist sites, the castles that I went to go see. I just loved it. So I was like, after I did that, I was like, I need to go back because there's so much of the world that I want to go see.
Yeah, man. I just stopped thinking about traveling once COVID hit. Like I just threw it out of my brain. Like it's not an option anymore. But yeah, that reminds me of like the time I went to Germany, and it is amazing. Just going overseas and like visiting stuff, man, and trying all the food, like you said. Yeah, I need to go plan a trip. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if they're gonna even doing travel right now. I don't know how COVID is. I'll probably try and plan something next year for myself.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Where
would you want to go?
What would be?
I want to go to Germany again, but
oh yeah,
if it wasn't Germany, I want to visit the UK. I would love to go to like, I don't know, somewhere in like
the UK.
I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to think now. What part of like basically
Yeah.
anywhere in the UK, Scotland, England, or something like that. It's just all cool to me. Um, my brother went to Paris. He loved. He really liked Paris. Um, so that was always something on my mind as well. So
Hmm. My parents went to Ireland and they loved it, and I always thought Ireland looked like a really fun place. Not fun, just great, good place to visit. Beautiful
not
place
fun.
to visit.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree.
and then what is it? Ben, I think he went to Switzerland once for a job, for his job, just like a quick week or like weekend.
That's
And he
crazy.
said it was great.
Wow.
So that was on, and that's also on my list too. Cause I'm a big fan after going to Germany, big fan of castles.
Oh
Fucking
yeah,
love them, man. We need more castles here in the U.S., quite honestly. Um,
yeah. That's why I
and
want to go to
apparently
Scotland
Switzerland has a bunch of
too,
them too.
'cause they have a bunch. Yes, Switzerland would be cool. But actually, like Sweden would be cool too.
Yeah, I really anywhere, honestly.
Yeah, basically anywhere. Yeah, I also want to go to Japan just because I'm a fan of their culture so much. I feel like I should just go there at least once.
Yeah,
Um,
Japan or Korea.
yeah, I think that'd be really cool.
Those would be cool. Yeah.
A lot of historical. They keep a lot of their historical stuff alive too, which is cool. Like
Yeah.
their sites and stuff. You know what I mean? Like I think Kyoto, Japan. Like it's like straight from like the 15th century. Like they haven't changed anything. Like they still all the buildings are the same, and like
Yeah, they keep them up
people
to date.
when you go there, people are wearing like the same kind of clothes from back then. Like it's just like a whole culture shock, like from like that era. So like I think I'm assuming like a lot of their stuff is like that too. They probably have multiple cities and stuff like that, which would be or towns, maybe not cities, but like it would just be really cool. There's probably a
Yeah.
lot to do.
No, I agree. I think that'd be great. I'd just be a little worried about language, but I mean, there's so many different. I mean, you just learn a little bit,
Yeah,
and then
it
there's
scares you.
Google. What is it? I
I
just
don't
found
know.
out. Have you ever used the Google Translate app with like the picture mode?
No.
My friend just showed me this yesterday, and it blew my mind. He told me, my other friend, and we both downloaded the app and like did it, and it was like, why is this not a bigger thing? It's I mean, it's Google Translate, but it's a camera, so you can hook it up to your camera, and you can point it at anything, and it translates whatever's on you're taking a picture of to whatever language you want it to do. So like, I could take a picture of my notes on my computer right now, and it would translate it in real time too. So I don't even have to take a picture. I can just hover my phone over my screen, and it will translate them.
I think I've heard about this. Now
It's
it translates text, is what you're saying.
correct text. There is a voice thing. I haven't messed around with that. My friend said it's fine. It doesn't work as well, but because there's so many, everybody's accent's a little different depending on where they're from in the country that they're from.
Yeah.
But the text one, he says he uses occasionally too, just because like if someone foreign comes in, like because he works on cars, he could take a picture of their car if it's in a different language, and it's just easier to go through. But it's insane. I'd heard about it before, but I'd never really like done it. And then I
Wow.
downloaded it, and it blew my mind. I mean, you can literally. I took a picture of one of the pages of the Witcher book, and now I have it in Spanish if I want. It's
That's
just
so
wild
cool.
to
No,
me.
I never knew this. I actually have to like translate like documents at work because people send me like a diploma from like a Spanish country or something, and I have to like
Yeah,
I can't read it right. But maybe I'll take like a show it to my phone and I'll see if it translates it. I don't know because some of the handwriting is different, but
dude,
you
no,
know.
it does. It works with handwriting. I like wrote down
Well, it's
words,
not
and it
hand.
translated to
Oh,
Spanish.
okay. Well, then it works with anything. Yeah, that's insane. Okay, yeah, I
Like
can't wait to try this.
yeah, I just took a picture of my notes, and it just translated all of them to Spanish.
That's
It's
crazy.
wild because it does it again. You don't even need to take a picture. You just take a picture to basically like have a copy of it.
Yeah.
Like I can zoom in, and it just like translates my screen. It's so cool. It's very cool. What is the one thing we looked at? What is that? What is that? Mexican like soda.
Um.
Jarritas or
Yeah, I don't know.
Jarritos. It's like just a can. You can get it usually at a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah,
So
I
you've
know
seen
what
it.
you're
You
talking
know
about.
what it is. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what the icon above Jarritos, and Jarritos literally just means jugs. which is a very funny thing. And then you look at the icon above it. This is what we were doing yesterday, pretty much, just looking at different things. And he had that in front of his computer, drinking it. And the icon's jugs. I never put two and two together, but
Yeah,
now
they are jugs.
people know.
Jarritos?
Jarritos. I think the J is an H in Spanish.
So too.
I think.
But since they're jugs.
But it literally means jugs.
That's weird.
So that's everybody's fun fact for the day. If you go to
like a
Mexican
Mandarin
restaurant, just say, I'll have a jug Mandarin. And they probably will not know what you mean, but maybe they will.
It sounds good. I want next time I go to El Amigos.
Yeah. So yeah, honestly, just download the app and try it. It's very fun to use.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to download it because, like I said, I'll probably use it for work, honestly. And I'll tell other people at work, oh, that'd be cool. I can't wait to tell my team and be like, guys, check this out. It's going to help you with your jobs. You can thank me later. And I get promoted because I told people about Google.
I'll take a 1% commission.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. I'm going to try it out and see if it works.
That's all I have.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have as well, which we'll keep this episode. It doesn't need to be 2 hours long, you know what I mean?
No.
I think
short is better, It is. I mean, it's close to 2.5 or 1.5 hours, so.
Yeah, what do you got going on in the next couple of weeks? Anything special?
Yeah. But these next 2 weeks are gonna be weekends are gonna be busy. I'm going golfing on Saturday.
Okay.
Which is the first time I've golfed in probably a year. I think I golfed around the same time last year and then never picked up the clubs since then. So going golfing. And
it's going to be beautiful out. It's going to be so warm.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like 78 or something.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
So yeah, we're going to do that. Probably grab some food and then just hang out afterwards. And then the week after that is my cousin's bridal shower or something that I'm not invited to, but all of my guy cousins and uncles are all getting together and just grilling out and drinking some beers at his place. And then we'll probably see all the family members after that too.
Oh, that sounds fun. Yeah, it's gonna be a great weekend.
So yeah, two good weekends planned. How about you?
Yeah, I don't got anything going on this weekend. Might just be a chill, get drunk with the friends weekend, and then the following is the football NFL draft. So I'm excited to see what all the teams draft, where players go in which round, what the Packers get, if there's any trades.
You guys usually have a draft night, don't you? Or no, that's a pick night for fantasy.
Yeah,
sorry.
That's for fantasy. But I'm like, a lot of people don't even watch draft, I think. But like, a lot. If you're a football fan, if you're a real football fan,
if you like it.
And me and my dad will always watch. I'll have like my laptop up, and I'm like, I study like all the players in the draft, and so then I'll have my laptop up, and we will be watching like, all right, it's the second pick, who's gonna go? And I'm like, oh, Dad, I think it's gonna be this guy or this guy, and they're gonna go to this, this team wants this, and
yeah.
So it's super fun. I'm always like,
that sounds fun.
On top of it, at least for the first like round specifically, and then like the second and third round, and then the other 4 rounds I don't really care about too much. But
yeah, just the big boys, the big boy picks.
Yeah, it's just fun because it's been so long without football, and I'm crazy about football. You know this.
Yeah.
It's been like since February was the Super Bowl.
It's been like 2 months.
We don't get any more until August. Okay.
That's true.
So this is like, I've been waiting for this since the Super Bowl. I've been like excited for the draft. So it feels. It's been a while. It's been a long time coming.
That's good. That's good though.
That's what we're looking forward to. Me and Dad. I asked him like 3 weeks. I'm like, "Hey, Dad, 3 more weeks." And he's like, "What? 3 more weeks until the draft?" I'm like, "You got it, Dad. You got it." I was just testing him. So he's thinking the same thing I am. So
that's fun.
But yeah, that's about it for now. So yeah, we'll go ahead and end the podcast here. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll stay tuned. We'll probably do another one in maybe a few weeks, maybe a month. I don't know. Just keep an eye on that YouTube page.
All we know is we'll definitely do another one.
Yes, that's right. All right, you guys. Take care.
Thanks, guys.